Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the Omni viewer, and I've got another quick bit of Godzilla news for you guys. Nothing to do with movies or comics, well, kind of tangentially connected to comics, but it's actually building off a bit of news that came from earlier this year. Now, just to set the stage for you, there's a company called CMON, capital C-M-O-N, which is known for making really involved board games. We're talking like intricate mechanics, detailed miniatures, story-driven a lot of the time. I don't know how big of a deal they are in the gaming circle specifically, but they do have some pretty popular titles. My first real exposure to them was that I backed their game Looney Tunes Mayhem on Kickstarter, specifically so I could get all of the different characters. Unfortunately, I haven't played the game yet because it turns out the directions are not quite intuitive and tutorials are very hard to come by, but the miniatures are nice, I'll give them that. Anyway, their most popular game is based on the works of H.P. Lovecraft, entitled Cthulhu Death May Die. And it's become really popular, particularly thanks to, again, the level of detail put into the gameplay and the miniatures and everything, and the story, but also because of some unique mechanics you don't always find in certain Lovecraftian games. Now, earlier this year in 2024, they announced something special that simultaneously excited and angered the kaiju fandom. The kaiju fandom got excited because they announced that a Godzilla figure was being produced that was made to be used in Cthulhu Death May Die, and it would be accompanied by a comic book that would officially be the first crossover between Godzilla and the Cthulhu Mythos. A thing that, while maybe Lovecraft fans haven't necessarily wanted to see it, Godzilla fans certainly have. But the kaiju fandom was then angered because it was announced that would be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And there were no plans announced to make it mass distributed in the future. Well, cut to today, which I believe is November 14th of 2024. Although you might be seeing this a bit later, they've just released a new trailer and announcement for their latest Cthulhu Death May Die expansion. There have been several up to this point, but they've just announced the newest one, which is going to officially bring Godzilla back and make it part of the primary set. You'll actually be able to get this now without having to look for it price gouged for resale on eBay or something. Now, I should note, it's not exactly the same as what was available at SDCC. If you look at the images here, the SDCC figure is clearly based on the 1954 design, whereas the mass distribution figure appears to be the Heisei design. I'm honestly surprised they didn't go with the -1 design, but hey, Godzilla is Godzilla, and Heisei Godzilla in particular seems to have been having a renaissance as of late. Now, at this point, that's really all I can figure out. It was just announced. The announcement that they made on TwitX did say coming December 3rd, but when clicking the link, it brings you to GameFound, which is, I believe, a crowdfunding that's specifically game-focused. So I think that's when the campaign launches. I don't think that's when you're going to be able to actually pick it up. Either way, the fact is, you'll be able to get it eventually, and this time it will have Godzilla. And the Godzilla minifig is apparently going to be quite sizable. So, looks like some goodwill has been restored. There's no word I can find on if the comic book is going to be available. I hope it is, but, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see on that. For now, though, CMON has gained some goodwill back by bringing Godzilla officially into Death May Die for anyone who didn't go to San Diego Comic-Con. And that's the big announcement at this point. There's no other details. I looked, but I'm sure there'll be more in the future. Anyway, though, just thought you guys would like to know that. Until such time as we meet again, this is the Omni Viewer signing off.